everyone! Welcome back to another video in Luna Park. Betty here, and today I'm going to show you around what I've been calling my Luna Park Hotel. Maybe it's more of an Airbnb situation, but I was really inspired by all of the NPCs in the game and wanted to make rooms for them. I kept seeing them come and having to stay all night long, and I imagined if they had a room on my island, what it might look like. And so I built these houses, and each character has their own room designed around their personality. And I will say that I never played New Leaf, so this is based just on what we learn about them from New Horizons. So for example, Isabelle and Kix, I know were in some of the older games, but I just used what I knew about them from this game and what was available in the game. So let's get started and see what is going on in our hotel. So this is the lobby of the hotel. This is obviously the main room of the house. And on all three houses, the main room is the same. So I duplicated the lobby 3 times. And I just wanted a place for residents to come in and check in and get their keys before they head to their room. And the first room we have here is Tom Nook's. So when I was making his room, I was kind of inspired by this idea that Tom Nook is rich but has nothing to do with his money and doesn't really care about spending it. He just likes having it. So we've got the gold bars and the briefcase and the safe, but he just kind of hoards it. He doesn't even bother to buy nice furniture. He's ordered a few things online but hasn't even bothered to take them out of the boxes yet. And he spends all day at work anyway, so he doesn't really have a need for anything. He just wants as much money as he can get his hands on. So yeah, that was kind of what inspired my Tom Nook room. Here we've got a room for Timmy and Tommy. I'm really happy with how this room turned out. I think it's really fun and playful. Timmy and Tommy work all day, but I think they're still children, so I wanted to give them some toys to play with, and of course 2 of everything because that's just who they are. I love the welcome mats on the floor. It reminded me of when you're running in and out of the store and you see their little word bubbles. And then I thought too, they work such long hours that they probably want to come home at the end of the day and have something to eat, be able to wash up before they have to go back to work early the next morning. So here we've got a room for Isabelle. And again, I didn't really play New Leaf, so I don't know that much about her. I know a lot of people were very disappointed in Isabelle in this game. She seems kind of frivolous and useless. But I did use her morning announcements to inspire some parts of this room. I put a bell because her name is Isabelle, and that just made me laugh. And I thought that she would really enjoy kind of how bright and over the top this room is, having to spend all day in that little office. She's always talking about her lost sock behind the washing machine and the shows that she loves to watch. So I made sure to incorporate the sock and the washing machine and the TV in this room because that's what we know about her. And here we have a room for the Able sisters. So I decided to combine Mabel and Sable and Label into one room. I designed the outfits that are hanging on the wall so we can kind of see whose bed is whose. And I had some trouble with this room because it seems very obvious to give them all of the sewing items. But I don't know that they would want to work so hard all day and then come home and work some more. So I did end up kind of going with a sewing theme, but I would hope that they would just come back here and relax and kick back and enjoy their time together because they do work so hard in that shop all day long. Um, and I want them to have a nice space where they can spend time together as a family because I know family is really important to their character arc. And this room here is for Orville and Wilbur, our favorite dodo birds. And I wanted this room to feel kind of like a staff break room, if you will, because we know they're always working hard at the airport. And so I wanted this to kind of have that industrial feel to it. I wish I had more of the Dodo branded items, but you can only earn those by going on a certain number of flights. And I do have more than one character, but my other characters don't fly very often. So a lot of my Dodo items I only have one of. But yeah, I really like how this room came together. I felt really lucky to be able to get this floor and this wall and this rug because I think it really pulls the room together. So yeah, I really like how this one turned out. This room is maybe one of my favorites. It's another shared space, but I actually split this one down the middle. This is Blathers on one side and Celeste on the other. And I tried to pick furniture that coordinated really well or complemented, but they both still had their own defined space. These are characters that have really specific interests, and so it was actually pretty easy to come up with the items that I wanted to put on each side of their rooms. Obviously, Celeste has a lot of her own crafted items over there, and then obviously Blathers has a lot of the fossils. But I thought this room came out really cute, and it felt very true to their characters. And here's a room for Sahara. This is another room that I was pretty proud of. I managed to get 5 rugs in this room because we know Sahara loves a good rug. And the floor is actually Sahara's floor, Sahara's desert, I think it's called. Um, and this room felt kind of cheeky to me. I put the broom and dustpan on the wall to, because sand on the floor, I gotta sweep that up. Um, and then the sand also in the hourglass was kind of a connection to that also. And then, of course, her backpacks. And this room came together pretty quickly and easily, actually. And Sahara's always dozing when she's wandering around my island, so she could probably use a place to sleep, take a little nap. Okay, this is a room in need of an overhaul. Once I start getting some pirate Gulliver items, those are definitely going in here. But for now, for the time being, this is my Gulliver room. It's not great. I'm not obsessed with it. But I'm very glad to see the pirate items, and once I start getting some of those, this room will get a makeover for sure. But for now, this is what it looks like. CJ and Flick are boyfriends, so they share a room, obviously. I'm really, really happy with how this room came together. It actually might be my favorite out of the whole project. Um, there were just so many items that were so good, and they all coordinate really well between the colors and the tones. CJ has his little spot over here to vlog to all of his adoring internet fans. And over here, Flick has a spot to work on his commissions with the modeling clay. Um, and I just thought this room came out feeling really cool, and I was able to use a lot of unique items, so I just really like how it turned out. So Kix is actually a character that we don't know that much about based on his dialogue and what he does in the game, but I get kind of a vintage feel from him. So I gave him the diner wall. I played off his blue coloring, and mostly I just think his outfit's really cute, so that's kind of the highlight of these shots, is look at how cute my outfit is. Leaf is another character that we don't really know that much about his personality, but I just gave him this lush green room with a jungle wall, um, and some of the bamboo furniture. One goal for me for this project was to not repeat furniture throughout the rooms, and this was a perfect opportunity to pull in some furniture that I hadn't used yet, and I think it turned out really cute. And here we have Red's room. I wanted this room to feel as full as possible. We know that Red loves to peddle us real and fake art, so we know that he's not always the best judge of if something is valuable or not. But I pictured him having a room that's just exploding with things that he's picked up along the way, that he might try to sell at some point, or maybe he just likes to have expensive looking things around him um, all the time. So I had a lot of fun with this room and just kind of shoved as much stuff into it as I could. And then I also had the shabby wall and the concrete floor because I think he likes having lots of stuff, but maybe his actual space isn't as nice. Kind of like his shabby boat. And here we have Pascal's room. He is definitely one of my favorite characters in the game now. We know he's pretty new to the game, but I think he's so cute. He's got a great vibe, and this mermaid furniture is so beautiful. I love how it goes with the shell furniture that we already had. I had a little trouble getting everything to fit in this room because there was just so much stuff that I wanted to use. But I think it turned out pretty freaking cute. And here we have KK's room. It's pretty bland, but I think KK's a pretty bland guy. I know he has lots of awesome songs and great variety in his music, but as far as his actual personality, we don't really have much to go on. So I just kept it simple with this room. And here we have a room for one of my favorite NPCs, Daisy May. Looks like she forgot to sell some of her turnips this week. They spoiled there. This room is pretty simple, garden farming theme, but I thought it turned out pretty cute. So thank you so much for coming along on this tour of my Luna Park hotel. I did want to mention before I go that a lot of the outfits that I was wearing in this video were made by my favorite Animal Crossing designer. Her Twitter name is at MOL5724. Her page is all in Japanese, but she makes some amazing designs, clothing, and like paths to put outside. I will link her in the description. Her designs are really awesome. So definitely check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Please do all the things, like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't checked out my first video, make sure you do that. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.